from Studio 44 in downtown Evansville. 44 News at Noon starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to 44 News at Noon. I'm Chelsea Kerbler, filling in for Shelby Coates today. Police have arrested Ahmad Rahami, the suspect in this weekend's bombings in New York and New Jersey, after a shootout in Linden, New Jersey. Brooke Silva Braga has the latest.
Authorities say bombing suspect Ahmad Khan Rahami is in custody after shooting a police officer in Linden, New Jersey. Sources tell CBS News the naturalized U.S. citizen from Afghanistan was seen in surveillance video from Saturday's bombing in the Chelsea section of Manhattan.
We are extremely fortunate and grateful that nobody was killed.
The search for Rahami comes after a robot detonated a bomb in a trash can overnight in Elizabeth. It was one of 5 devices found near a train station.
The speculation from the Elizabeth Police Department is that they were not timed to go off, and so therefore, whether they were being investigated or followed, that they were disposed of in a garbage can in a very hasty manner.
Police also took 5 people into custody during a traffic stop in Brooklyn last night in connection to the explosion here in Chelsea. The FBI combed the Manhattan neighborhood collecting evidence Monday. Surveillance video shows people running for cover. After the pressure cooker bomb exploded Saturday night, 29 people were hurt. A second pressure cooker bomb was found 4 blocks away, but did not explode. Earlier on Saturday, a pipe bomb detonated in the Jersey Shore town of Seaside Park before a charity run to benefit Marines and sailors. No one was hurt in that attack. Authorities say Rahami is a suspect in both the Jersey Shore and Chelsea bombings. Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, Chelsea, New York.
None of the people injured in the Chelsea explosion were seriously hurt. The presidential candidates are weighing in on this weekend's events from the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton says Donald Trump's ISIS has seized on Donald Trump's rhetoric because terror groups want to create a war against Islam instead of a war against terrorists. Responding to a statement from Trump that Americans have experienced more attacks at home than victories abroad, Clinton said this morning she is ready to take on the challenges of fighting terrorism while Trump offers empty rhetoric.
You don't hear a plan from him. He keeps saying he has a secret plan. Well, the secret is he has no plan. So let's focus on what we really can do, and what I've laid out is a path forward that will keep us safer, protect our country, and go after the terrorists to finally destroy them.
Clinton says former CIA Director Michael Hayden first said Donald Trump's words are being used as a recruiting aid for ISIS. Investigators in Minnesota are learning more about the man who attacked several shoppers at a mall Saturday. 9 people were stabbed, all survived, but the attacker was shot and killed by an off-duty police officer. Police say Dahir Adon, a college student in his 20s, asked people if they were Muslim and stabbed those who said they were not. Adon has lived in the United States for a number of years. On Sunday, Somali and Muslim community leaders gathered to condemn the violence.
Evil is evil. It does not mean that if that one person does anything bad, it's representative of everyone in our community. That is very wrong.
The FBI says it's not clear whether ISIS had planned Saturday's attack or if the group had simply inspired the suspect to take action. Robert Durst will complete his prison term at the federal prison in Terre Haute. The real estate heir was sentenced to 7 years in prison back in April on weapon charges. Since then, he's been in the St. Charles Parish Jail near New Orleans. He's also expected to stand trial in California for the murder of Susan Berman in 2000. Prosecutors believe Durst killed Berman to stop her from talking about the disappearance of his first wife in 1982. The man caught on surveillance video accidentally setting himself on fire in Madisonville about a month ago. He's been arrested. Madisonville police say they received word Jarvis Walker Curran was in Milwaukee, so they called police there to arrest him. You may remember the surveillance video we showed you in early August on 44 News. That video shows 3 people using Molotov cocktails to try to catch a hair salon on fire in Madisonville, but instead, one of the suspects catches himself on fire. 2 Owensboro police officers remain on administrative leave after they shot and killed a man who they say held a knife to a woman's neck, then charged officers. Investigators say 29-year-old Lucas Anderson grabbed a woman by the hair and put a knife to her throat. He eventually threw her to the side, then ran toward officers who felt their lives were in danger and shot Anderson. Kentucky State Police are investigating that shooting. A Henderson County man faces identity theft charges. Deputies say Michael Oakley opened credit cards in his mother's name after she gave him permission to make purchases related to improving her home. She says she began receiving credit card bills she had no knowledge of and additional unauthorized purchases of over $1,000. When officers went to Oakley's home to arrest him, other people said he wasn't there. Deputies found him hiding in the crawl space. His charges include identity theft and fraudulent use of credit cards. Evansville police are looking into an armed home robbery that sent one man to the emergency room. It happened in the 900 block of Tennessee Street early Sunday morning. According to a police report, the offenders already inside the home rushed into a kitchen with guns and forced two victims to the ground. The suspect hit and kicked one man and stole his wallet. The other person was not hurt. Officers say the offenders then ran off. An autopsy is scheduled for this week for a man hit by a car while riding a bicycle. According to our media partner, the Washington Times-Herald, 64-year-old Michael Thurston of Washington was the last of a group riding from Davis County Airport to Glendale Fish and Wildlife Area. Detectives say an SUV driven by 92-year-old Robert O'Brien hit Thurston from behind. O'Brien, who is from Washington, says he did not see Thurston. Police in Henderson are looking for the suspect in an early morning shoplifting. Officers were called to Walgreens near the intersection of Intram and 3rd Street around 1:12 this morning. They say they found a firearm in a backpack the suspect left behind. Along with stolen items, police say the suspect is a juvenile and a convicted felon, and the firearm was stolen in Henderson.
All right, it is 12:06 on this Monday afternoon. Hope everyone's been having a good day so far. Winds are varied, 83 degrees at the airport, plenty of sunshine. What you can expect this week, we've got a warm work week ahead of us, a very nice week. We've got high pressure that is dominating, and so we've got slim rain chances, and we are above average for those temps. The average for this time of year is those low 80s. We're going to be in those upper 80s all week long, so we're unseasonably warm. 3 p.m. we're going to see that temp of about 88 degrees. As we continue through your day, 6 p.m. we'll see a temp of 83 degrees, and as we continue through this evening at 9 p.m. we're going to see that temp of 73. So really just a nice day. It is warm. It's somewhat hot outside, so just kind of plan for that. And in weather news, WMO just confirmed the longest lightning strike. It was confirmed this week, and it's going to be published in the Bulletin of the American Meteorological Society. I'll have that answer, your 7-day forecast, coming up next. Chelsea.
Coming up next at noon, Deaconess announces a new partnership that will bring higher quality care to cancer patients. Plus, as students are turning to companies that promise lower monthly payments for school loans, some of those companies aren't delivering their promise. What the Attorney General says you should do.